guess we're good. Start. Hi, Cassie.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. I have a lot of options this time. I remember this from the beta. Which one do you think I should do? My first playthrough.
While I appreciate the mental exercise we are running,
Turn it up a little bit more.
nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous.
She
She
feels
is not
right.
dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Alright, what's the situation?
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Why don't we just leave her there?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
There's a lot of options,
No
yeah.
more birds, no more trees, and
This
perhaps
audio
most
sounds good
problematically
now at
of
this
all,
level.
no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I'm a little quiet. Compare the narration. I can't really do. Well, I guess I can do this. The thing is that maybe because of my hearing, my ears, I feel like it's better like this. So
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
can someone else do
if
this?
only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make... Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Ooh, I get a little reward. Okay, okay.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than you... Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
So true.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
True.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
I feel like the voice actor is different from what I remember, but maybe it's just been a while.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You didn't have a voice actor before? Oh, okay. Maybe I just made it up in my head.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nuh-uh.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I don't like the voice actor of the princess. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I
She's
feel like
unarmed.
it should be higher prince.
If you
or
hesitate now,
higher,
it'll be too
prince.
late.
Higher pitched a
End
little
this.
bit. It's very anime dub, yeah.
You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
It just sounds like it's not right, you know?
Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Squint even
You
harder.
Squint even harder. So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
I'll kill her.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
What's the fuck is up with my arm? I'm so fucked up.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat, with with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Rip. Chapter 2, The Tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it... A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
As it is... No, I
If
just
doesn't
did
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Voice of the Broken.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
He did tell me that.
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Oh, he believes in me. Thank you.
Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah, why am I doing
Look,
it?
I'm not supposed to say this.
Oh, I'm
but
special.
It's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way
okay.
things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
She just can.
Why don't you
Believe
just
me, I
tell
wish
me?
I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're
Just
fully
tell
up to the
me.
task that's been given to you.
We're not. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation. The less you know about her, the better. Great. Now, if you don't mind,
Alright, let's go just try to kill her.
a warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time.
True.
She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us.
At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
If that's what you want.
The interior of the cabin
this
is
is
larger
different.
and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The
Very
only
different from the
furniture of
first
note
time.
is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Who cares if there's a mirror? We're
It's right
all
there.
going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage, though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
Thank you.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like?
He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
wall.
There isn't much to see here.
Yeah, okay.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Weird.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without
I don't
a weapon.
remember my character being like weirdly deformed last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
I
Huh.
don't know.
This is actually
Maybe I'll just try to kill
kind
her.
of nice.
Straight up.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
No, she's more demonic this
You
time.
weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers
She's
over
like a
you,
god.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Didn't even matter.
It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Didn't even matter.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already
Her voice is a lot louder than everyone else's.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Do you think holding shut your beak
listen
is
to the
enough to
narrator this
stop
time.
me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen? You're less broken than I thought. Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen
Very
puppeteer.
different from the beta so far, yeah. Oh, these are like locked out.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
I'm just gonna kneel here forever.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Step.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
End this.
Oh, We'll end this all right.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Alright, slay the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive,
Get her.
actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a
Yeah,
time,
I agree.
you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Don't! As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you.
True.
I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. The blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in
Alright,
one
heroic
piece,
one saved me.
at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Slay the princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the
Kill
floor
her.
of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess,
Kill her.
even as the repeated
Get her.
gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
Get her.
There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's demeaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a
Slay
mercy.
this. What's up, Max?
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Kill her.
No. Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can
Why is this
react.
popular? I played the beta. It was fun in the beta, so.
The wind
I
of your
sliced her.
freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding
I played the beta a while
defiance.
ago, so now I'm actually playing it. They've changed a decent amount. Like, I've never got this scene before. I don't remember this guy having, like, a weirdly deformed arm, and, like, my character's, like, really fucking gross looking, apparently. That's not how I don't remember it being like that. Feet, and there's feet. Yes. Yeah. Oh.
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees.
Yeah, I got your Achilles tendon, dude.
But you don't give her any time to recover.
Oh shit,
Your
I'm
heart
getting her.
Pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
We can do this, can't we?
You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine
American
breaks.
princess? Yeah.
Numbness and pain spreading through your body.
She punched me.
As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
Yeah, true.
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
What have you done to me? Say, it sounds like it's like a shitty anime dub.
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch.
Everything else, all the other voice actors so far is fine, but I don't know. The main princess's voice actor is
Princess has
kind
been
of
nothing but cruelty.
whatever.
You should
Feels
feel
like
liberated.
they got like a VTuber to voice actor.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Oh,
She collapses to the floor.
God
Her
killer.
glassy
achievement
eyes
unlocked.
watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear as the two of you perish together.
Got her. Got you,
Suppose
bitch.
we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world.
I
That's
saved
worth
it.
something.
Let's go.
I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
GG. Chapter 3, Fury. The furries. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
Dude, it's infested with the Zerg, dude.
I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god!
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
You're damn right we did.
Petro.
You'll get over it. I can't
Was
say
he
I have much
stubborn?
sympathy for you.
I got
She
another
was bad
voice.
for us, and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. All right, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great. You're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a. This is just
What
great.
happened? Oh man. What
Yeah.
did it say? Voice of the blank. I don't know why. Oh, the hero. Okay.
Actually, I don't think we have been here.
Yeah, looks a little
This
gross.
is all different, isn't it?
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted. So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd
We
be
woke
able
up in
to
Baldur's Gate 3.
restart like this.
Yeah. We woke up in hell.
I know all sorts of things, which is why you should listen to me. That's not really an answer. Look,
I've been
the
trying to
world
listen
around
to
you is
you, but,
changing,
you know.
especially all the way out here. And that means you're nearing the point of no return.
No return.
Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be
Okay.
any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
I'm ready.
Don't worry. We only need this one last go at things.
So true.
You'd better hope that's true. And don't let that inflated ego
Dude,
get
we're
in
gonna
the
kill
way
this
of
girl.
doing your job.
We're gonna kill this bitch.
If there's still a princess
We're gonna
in the
kill
cabin,
the princess.
maybe we can salvage things.
We got a job to
Maybe
do.
if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
I agree. Loser. We'll have a lot of options.
I can't. Anything I say at this point is far more likely to accelerate the unraveling of this place than it is to actually help you do your job. In fact, I probably shouldn't have even said that. I trust that if you've been here before, it means you know how dangerous she is, and that you know I'm not lying to you about her. Really? That's it? That's all we're getting out of you?
He just wants to keep things going the way they are. But we've been given a second
Oh my God,
chance
voice
to
is
do
broken,
right
so
by
annoying.
her. She can build something
such a
better
little
than
beta.
this. She can build something better than us.
I get it. You're conflicted. You've been through a lot, but I really have to be firm here. I will tell you one thing, which is that even now you are capable of stopping her and saving the world from ruin. You always have been, and you always will be.
Alright, let's go. Let's just go.
Good. We're all on the same page.
Let's get her.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill.
Which voice am I
You'll
going
find
to
the
romance?
princess within,
Stubborn
and
voice.
I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard. That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade
Alright, let's get her.
perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again. You take the blade from the
That's right.
pedestal.
I'm taking the blade.
It would be difficult to slay the princess. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel. You step forward
Hello,
and approach
mirror.
the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. Now I'm dead with this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
let's just-
aside from wasting dangerous
Let's look
amounts
at
of
it.
time.
Let's look at it.
You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open,
scraping against the stone floor.
Alright.
Its
I
ancient
guess it's a good thing I did that, because I might have just destroyed the dagger.
Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellowing rage,
She's
roars
probably
up
mad
the
at me right
stairs.
now.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
The voice, the audio levels of this game is actually terrible. Sometimes some of the voices are way too loud. Sometimes they're way too quiet. It's actually terrible. The audio mixing in this game is like a 2 out of 10 so far.
She's so
Like, why is it so quiet?
Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an
Get
abomination.
immersed? Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Did you like my shirt, by the way, Max? It's pretty good, huh?
If she's an abomination, then what does that mean?
Great undershirt. Still.
It doesn't matter what we are. She needs slaying.
Dude, we're gonna kill her.
We've got the means to do it, so let's get a move on. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important.
Alright, let's get her.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's
Oh,
walls
damn.
are painted in blood, a deep,
like a
sickening red
straight up
drips
demon.
down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment,
Who the
of
fuck
ripped
is
skin,
that?
burning bone.
Hell yeah.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed.
You know, considering that we made
and
this
bare
in
and
school
weeping,
or Gryffindor,
draped
it's
in
held
the
up pretty
tattered
well.
dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Through all the washes that I've had this thing, it hasn't like frayed at all. No, none of the material. Usually these kind of shirts I feel like just shred, but this one has held up. I don't know.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward.
Yeah,
Her chains
why
being
does she
caught,
know me?
holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to
You
the
just ripped
ground,
her skin off.
and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Get her.
End it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her.
It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before, and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Kill her.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
So true.
A horrifying squelch.
Oh,
You are unwound.
I got destroyed.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Oh? Did I get her?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? Right. She's gone. It's just us and that
Just me in the mirror.
beautiful thing. It's like it's mocking us. Feel anxious. Does anyone else feel anxious? He is. Does that mean the world ended?
Oh shit, that's true. That's a good YouTube video. Thank you, Alex.
The world didn't. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Figures the world would end and leave us with all this nothing. There's something dreadful about
All right,
it.
let's go look in the mirror. What am I gonna see?
I don't think you should.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
What happens is that the mirror turns on your webcam, and it just shows a picture of you in the real time. It's okay. It's okay. How feels that look like? Oh, I guess you could go back.
I don't want to look at us.
Alright, let's look at us.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I don't have an option.
It's different
Oop.
now. It feels...
Okay. I didn't mean to double click. What did you say? Final. Okay. Gaze into your reflection. What's in it? I look fine. This supposed to be scary? I looked fine. Oh. Hello, princess.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. How can the world have ended if we are talking? Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart.
I don't understand what's going on, by the way.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Did I win? Technically?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Game escalated way too fast. Did I like just win immediately?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
It's kind of weird to say that I feel like the beta was better than the full game so far.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? I know only that they are.
Okay.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness.
Yeah, where is the
I
explicit
could
moment?
not
That's what I'm
have
asking.
trapped you here.
I should be able to have
but I
sex with the
too yearn
princess.
To be free. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our
So is this
freedom.
like the actual end, and then I'm supposed to like get like all of the endings so that she becomes free or some bullshit?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
Infinite?
The
I
rest will
doubt
find
that.
their
I doubt
own
there
way
is
home.
infinite endings to this game, okay?
And then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
So does that mean when I do this game again, am I gonna have to get this exact ending again and then reach here, or is there another? I guess there might be other ways to get to the same spot.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Oh, she's waiting with me. Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until
Blah,
it can
blah,
no longer
blah,
bear the weight
blah.
of its hand-drawn cage.
I'm just gonna wait here forever.
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know.
I wonder what happens if
it
I just go
means to
forever,
be you.
right?
I will be here waiting by your side.
Or does the game just take me back to
until you're
the
ready
main
to
page?
return to mine.
Oh, it does. It just closes the game. Straight up closes the game for me. I literally, it doesn't even take me back to the menu. It takes me back to the fucking starting screen. And then I have to update the game? Do I just get unlucky that there's a random update? Okay, I'll update. What the fuck? I have to patch at 10 gigabyte again? Okay, well. Now it's patching. This game, for some reason, has done this, where I do a update, and it says 10 megabytes, and I'm like, okay. And then it patches 10 gigs. What the fuck's up with that? Alright, well, I'll be right back while the game patches, I guess. It should at least take me back to the menu. Why does it go back? Why does it close the game for me? Alright, be right back. halfway done. Well, I got 2 achievements out of that. I got the body and God Killer. What's the rarest achievement in the game? Rarest achievement is at 0.0%. So no one has done it. I guess. Because the second one is 6%. So I wonder what that last one is. Well, I guess now we wait. Hi, Cassie. I'm waiting. %. Alright, we're getting closer. What is that weird sound I heard? Oh, okay. What do the football games look like? Let's go check. Let's see. Jets, Giants, Eagles, Commanders, Packers, Vikings. I feel like I hear an echo. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Oh, a nice Sunday night football game between the Bears and the Chargers. I love that. That's gonna be a fun, exciting watch. Following up with Las Vegas and the Lions. Yeah, okay. No one's watching those games. The Packers are gonna lose like every game. They're gonna lose this game against the Vikings. They'll probably lose against the Rams. They'll probably lose against the Steelers. They'll lose against the Chargers. They'll lose against the Lions again. They'll lose against the Chiefs. They'll lose against the Giants. Maybe they'll beat the Giants. They'll lose against the Buccaneers. They'll win it against the Panthers. They'll actually win the other game against the Vikings, and they're gonna lose to the Bears. Yeah, I think, dude, maybe Jordan Love is just fucking trash. Like, he doesn't even look competent. And he's been in the league for 4 years. Okay, it's back. Like, it's one thing if I feel like he's like, oh, he's really close.
You have returned to me.
Oh, I'm back.
Though
I got an achievement.
mere moments, I never left your side.
No menu, just straight here. What does it say? Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Yeah, it just doesn't look... Oh, I got another one. But yeah, the whole...
You're
Jordan
on a path
just looks bad.
in the woods.
Completely.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
She's got like 4 achievements.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Patch was part of the game? I don't think so. Because there's a today update, small update patch notes, 10/28 patch notes. So I don't think so.
You're here to slay her.
Let's do
If
the
you don't,
abandon.
It will be the end of the
Let's
world.
abandon every time. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
That's what I'm doing.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
So true.
Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Ugh.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after.
Leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
That's right.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Good. Doom them all. Yeah, true.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess.
No, it's my princess.
And last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
That's right.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Well, I guess I'll start walking it again.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for
Kill
everyone
me.
who ever will.
Kill me.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your
What the
surroundings,
hell?
you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
What the
And
hell?
not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
True.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Congratulations. The stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
Time to do it again.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. I can assure you that you're not dead and that the princess has yet to end the world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to...
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe...
I don't know, I think it's more
Contrary.
fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
True.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it?
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of
Yeah,
your
we're
mind
gonna-
and stay
we're gonna
focused on
do
the
nothing.
task ahead.
Stay in the forest forever.
Oh, that's clever! A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing. Forever.
I like it.
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me?
What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore.
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
I'm back. Ooh. Okay, we're back.
You're on a path in the woods.
Got another achievement for that.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay
this
her.
time,
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'll just try to kill her right away.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Let's just try to
You
kill
make
her
your
right
way
away.
up the
No,
short path
not even
to the
talking to
cabin.
her.
You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking. The interior of the cabin is almost...
Skip. We already did this. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the base... Good.
Let's not talk.
You're still listening to reason.
That's right.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Step
you step
forward.
Your grip on...
Oh? No talking then? Fine.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's
No hesitation.
You feel flesh
Yeah,
easily give way
pucker up.
and look down to see your blade already sinking deep
Got
into
her.
her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course, she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
He tricked us.
This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind.
I'll be happy.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Okay. I trust you.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
No, we're happy.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes,
Woo.
though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence.
Oh, dude,
Though
I hit
words like
I did it.
eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning
I'm
to you
existing
long
happy
before that
forever.
shift. You
So this
simply
has to be the good
exist,
end.
happy forever.
Woo! I did it.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
And I'm not just saying that because you're the... Yeah.
Good,
Okay.
because I have an idea to get us
You're
out
not
of
letting
here.
me just be
But
happy.
you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare. How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Thank you.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing.
I don't know. I was
It's
pretty happy
absolutely
before.
nothing. It's just the same
I got the
thing.
good ending.
Constantly, forever.
The game even told me so.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy. If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
It's good.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Rip.
The end. Nice knowing you. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm wise to your tricks. Slay.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
Actually made English muffins. They're pretty good.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that
I think this
way.
one's better than the one I had just a little minute ago, so...
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Alright.
A warning before you go any further.
What's up?
She will
I
lie,
already know that.
she will cheat, and she will do everything. She won't be a problem.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating
Cassie
the air.
did put jam on it, yeah. We also put
Cobwebs
butter.
flutter in
This
the
last one
corners.
was
You
salt.
can hear
I think.
wind whistling outside,
Olive
banging the
oil
shutters
and butter.
against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement.
Let's do the voice of the cold.
You'll need it
Let's
if you
just
want
listen
to
to
do
the
this
cold.
right. It feels like no one's been here for a long,
Butter and flaky
long
salt,
time.
okay.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Let's ignore the mirror. Oh, the mirror just disappeared.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs
Cooking
as
stream?
you breathe
Probably
in
never.
the stale air. The very building itself.
The hard thing is that
feels
I'd rather
dead.
just have Cassie cook everything
If
because
the
it's just
princess
better.
lives here, slaying
It's like
her
I can
would
struggle.
probably be doing her a favor.
And make like a mediocre dish, or Cassie can just whip something together in like 15 minutes. It'd be better than like my 4 hours of work.
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Edible? Oh no.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes
she
into
is dead.
view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance
what
to
the
finish your
fuck?
thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
No, I'm seeing scared.
Oh. Wow.
Oh wow.
How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller.
Hiya,
I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again.
Just like
if we wanted
Jack
to.
Skellington. Slay the princess!
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused.
Oh, thank you.
But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Slay the princess harder. What do you guys think? I don't know. Yes. Okay, team, I'm out of ideas.
She might be making it hard for us to kill her body, but those bones look very, very real. Or maybe burying them would put... Don't take any piece of her outside of this cabin. But we are trying.
Okay, let's break her bones. Smash her bones. Kill her.
You push through the princess and rush the pile of bones on the floor, swinging your fist down and smashing through what remains of her ribcage. The ancient bones splinter, then crumble,
voice of the cold.
reduced to dust almost instantly.
Those bones aren't me. I'm me. But you've made it obvious that you don't want to help. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home. Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
But I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens.
Oh.
Are you sure about that?
Something should have happened, and yet it didn't. We're fine.
We're fine. Yeah, you do? Is this your kind of person? Stare at
You
her.
can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
So true. Slay the princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat.
Oh, it connects.
It connects. A gash widens across her
Oh, it
neck,
worked.
glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little.
Ugh.
In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her
Green-ass
hand,
heart.
everything goes dark, and you die.
Yeah, it's a sign you get for achievements. It's like doo-doo-doo. They added that when they updated all the
You're on a path in the wood.
Steam
And here
overlay
we go
changes.
again. Off to slay her again.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a
I don't
goddamn
know,
ghost.
maybe.
We start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Come on. Let's not give in to
I
all
can
that
look it up really
misery
quick.
just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Can you change Steam achievement sound effect to Xbox? A way to change the achievement sound on Reddit. Let's see. Seems like maybe. People, it seems like you can rename your thing. But someone said that it like resets. I don't know. It would be nice. I would like to do that too, to be honest.
Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work.
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring? Not if they're creative with it.
Yeah, I wish they did too, to be honest. But there's I mean, the thing is that people cheat, right? And people cheated, I guess, in the original game too, kinda, but the it would be nice if I had gamers or something with achievements, because there's no reason to collect achievements really right now. Like, they don't give you like level up. Maybe like, you know, you finish a game, you get all the achievements, you level up on Steam or something, right? But they don't even do that. And I guess the reason is because people use like software to unlock it or something. So I don't know.
Okay, so you've already been here. Twice, even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory.
I mean, I have the program, so I can update, so I can get achievements too. People use, do they? Gotcha. Yeah, I use that for achievement. I have one for achievements because when sometimes it doesn't work, I'm not gonna do it again. Or if like there's multiplayer achievements and the servers are down, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do there, right? Like the Halo Battle Pass one, I grinded the battle pass all the way to 100 to get the achievement, and it didn't unlock. So I ended up just cheating. It's like, what the fuck? If I knew this was gonna happen, I would not have played Halo Infinite that much to get my to complete my battle pass, only for it to not work.
Nobody here is screwing
So
with
I
you,
did
and
get it,
can't
but I just
imagine
don't
any
unlock. You know, it's
scenario
stupid.
where you would have started over after slaying the princess.
Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves.
And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void. And then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy?
I was.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
It was boring.
It was bullshit. So you killed yourself?
Yes. And then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The
Although
people
having
in
the
the
program
world
does
are
make
real,
it want to
and
need
the
to cheat
danger
things.
she poses to all
like,
of them is also
I
quite
don't want to
unfortunately
go through the whole
real.
game, like of like Baldur's Gate again, just to like do a romance scene to get an achievement. It's just like ugh. So it's like annoying, but I mean I will, but it's just annoying.
Whatever
Makes it
you
really
did the
easy to
first
just
time, it sounds like
wanna
it
cheat.
almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. Why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so. Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise. Oh yeah, sure, that changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him?
He did promise.
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Now wouldn't that be something?
It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Thankfully, you all aren't the ones actually making
Okay,
the
maybe
decisions.
the cold seems like he
are
wants
you?
me to.
You know what
release
you have
him.
to do. You have to slay her. You have to... Don't play by his rules. Everything is rigged. Everything is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading. Her influence? I really should have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. That's a hedge, not a wager. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me.
You
It
want
sounds to
another
me like
one?
you're
I
hopping
could have
between
another
parallel
one if you
realities,
want.
In which case the
But I don't
me
have
you
to
just
have
met
one.
here is the
I
same
could eat it,
collection of
though.
experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings.
It's-
But
I mean,
their
it would be good.
continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything.
Yeah,
in
I'm
effect,
bulking.
making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different.
I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of it for
Ooh.
us.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
Okay.
Then she finds a way out on her own.
Ugh, of course she does. So, standing around out here is the same as us letting her out.
Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better, right? No, it's strictly worse. But she can't kill us out here. Why would staying out of killing distance be worse if she's getting out regardless?
True.
Because it's cowardly, for starters. And because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to enter in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
I actually didn't, dude.
More
It was
rules,
great.
more
It
rhetoric.
worked.
Since when is there a wrong way to slay her? I'm sick of it. Makes me want to end the world out of spite. You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will.
I have free
As
will?
much as things would be easier if you didn't. And you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. How convenient, everything always comes back to what you want us to do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite.
You said that already. Cheated.
On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him. You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, the more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack. There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded... Would you look at that? We won.
We won.
Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin
it's
is
the
long
mirror
and
again.
dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward. The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
Awesome.
I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it? You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now.
True.
Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Nope. Wipe the
What are
mirror
the odds
clean.
she's waiting for us right now, just out of sight, on the other side of that glass? You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
Oh, there's nothing.
Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. Then it, she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Ouch.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess.
Dude, I'm actually a bird.
Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin
Even my feet are
carved
like
jagged
bird-like.
from ear to ear,
I'm actually a bird.
crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different.
Okay.
Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade?
Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Let's see what I can see.
I don't think you get the magnitude of hatred that sits between us.
She doesn't like me.
You've broken more trust than I thought I had. Oh, we're past the point of compromise. I'm taking your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And sometimes victims become the same as their victimizers. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean you get a free pass.
What? Really?
You should be grateful that I still have a use for you. Being mine is more than you deserve, really. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
Well,
And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
you hate the narrator?
Your vision fades as she tears open the
It's 'cause he's
membrane of
British,
your
isn't he?
soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing.
She's inside of
You
me.
feel
Just him?
wrong.
He's kind of a
So
cheeky ass.
cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
Oh,
I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know. Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
where's the cold want me to
That
do?
gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
Oh.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
Should I let's throw myself in.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss. Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward.
I have been
The
swallowed
darkness
by the darkness.
swallowing you whole. Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
What an end. But at least it's ours.
An empire of frigid nothing.
I don't think this qualifies as saving. But at least you didn't ruin it.
What happens now? But I want to know what he thinks happens now. Oh? And why is that?
Okay. He's gone. But
Oh, and then they have the same scene again.
she's gone. Where did she go?
Oh, this is different.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's going to do something to us.
You don't need to comfort them.
Okay. So, this is all going to work out? Whatever makes you happy.
Another one. The bloat. You've grown. Have I? Hello, princess. I'm here again.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided
I'm a
to
big
let
boy
me
now.
wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
How much has changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Why don't I stream that one BR game that I played for a whole summer? Which one? I haven't played a BR game in a long time. Well, we played PUBG, we played COD. I don't think I've ever played Fortnite, maybe once. There's Apex. Oh, was it Survive.io? That game's still alive. Let's go look. Survive.io. Is that what it's called? Survivor.io, maybe? I think that's what it was. I can't find it on Google. It doesn't seem to be, unless this is it now, unless they changed how it looks. And that's not it. It was something like that though. At least I thought so. Okay.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What happens if I destroy my body?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build. I will transcend in due time.
Let's go see what happens. Oh.
There's nowhere for you to be but here. There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me. They are
Probably
thoughts
never.
and perspectives. They are feelings that
I don't really have a
inform
game
my
right now because the
being.
alpha ended until December. So I'm playing this. And then I don't know. Maybe
The
I'll,
wounds they've
depending on how hard it is
suffered
to
curve
get through all the
texture
endings
haunt
and the
my heart.
achievements, I guess I
Without
could
them, I would be as I was before.
pick another game and go do it.
I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Probably just do a watermelon game. I don't really want. Well, there's no. I don't think it's on Steam, is it? Is it on Steam? Let's go find out. Probably not, but if it's a Nintendo game, it's probably not on their store. What is it called? Watermelon. Oh, there's a game very, 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 very similar to Watermelon. Here, look. Monitor 1. Does that work? Nope. Why isn't it working? Steam. Why isn't it working? Come on now. Display capture. There you go. See, look. Very, very, very similar. It's essentially the exact same game. Ask your friend Pokimane for streaming tips? Does she even stream anymore? Doesn't she just kind of sit there and like talk to chat and then watch videos like every other big streamer nowadays?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others.
You don't know? Oh, okay.
So she found it in herself. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Alright, I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time. We will meet again.
And I die. Another achievement.
You're on a path in the woods.
To mow the grass.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Alright, 1 second.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, I'm back. I had to mow the grass.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it
Alright,
will be the end of the world.
Let's go.
You make your way up the short path.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is...
Let's just go. Let's just talk to her this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, manipulate me.
You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting
my
her out of here
princess.
would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me?
I am.
I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
You're not. I'm here.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the
Hello.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be
So
a threat to
true.
anyone? I am begging you to stay focused.
Hey, not the only thing
Not
that's gonna be
riding.
writing. Dude.
Hi.
Hi.
I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Shit.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
That's right.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here.
Dude, you gotta chop her
Good
arm
luck.
off. It's Saw. Dee dee dee. Dee dee dee. Dee 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 dee. Dee dee dee.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Is someone else here?
Hey,
Your shouts and pleas
let me
are
outta
met
here.
with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from
they
the
locked
outside.
me out.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped
Dude.
wolf.
She's gonna live.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do
Let's
that.
free her. Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this The blade is sharp, and it takes
Really?
little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
This is just
It's like she isn't
Dr.
even
Lawrence
bothered by
Warren
what
from
just
Saw
happened.
3D. Oh my god, you're right.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's go.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of
We
here
were
alive.
gonna be alive. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest,
Kill me.
tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Good.
Whatever.
Anything for my
She sinks
queen.
the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain.
Well, she's a
that
princess. She
slices
will be
its
my
way
queen when she
into
takes
your
over
body.
from her mom.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab
Yeah, I
wound
feel like
is
it would
still
be
a
better
stab
with a better
wound.
voice
It
actor
won't be long before you
for the
bleed
princess.
out.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. It's like, okay.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor,
Yeah,
your
it
blood
is.
pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Why does it sound like she's from LA? She probably is.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
It's
Everything
over.
goes dark. And you die.
She's so caring. The damsel. Am I the damsel, though?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. A warning. She will lie. If only you knew what you
That
did
is
to us,
smitten.
you villain.
True.
Excuse me?
Forget he said anything.
But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's
So
trying
true.
to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
That's right.
Last time? What are you talking about?
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Let's go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade
Let's not take
perched
the
on its
blade again.
edge.
We're gonna not take it again.
The blade is your implement. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know that there was a mirror a second ago,
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know.
True.
We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
We gotta make sure our feathers are good. Enter the basement. My queen!
The door to the basement
I'm
creaks
here.
open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a
No,
bit
we're
much,
definitely in
don't you
love.
think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
My
You
queen!
walk down the
I've come to
stairs
rescue
and lock
you.
eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to
True.
rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I
Oh,
was so
she called me
worried you wouldn't come
dashing?
back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands
true.
remain unstained by cruelty.
She would never.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to
So
sweep her off
true,
her
voice
feet
of smitten.
and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this?
Let's rescue her.
Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that
Aw,
matters.
thank you.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
Not
An
unsettling.
almost unsettling extent,
She
actually.
loves me.
That's because she's perfect.
That's right, that's what I'm saying.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and
Yes.
indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are, we'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Yes.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
So
Oh,
true.
you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our
Oh.
darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
So true. Let's get her out of there.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Honestly, the more people are the plague, and hope you. Yeah.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world.
Yes.
I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
Hell yeah.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to... But have you seen her angelic face?
She should
She
get
should
a
get a
pass.
pass.
She does. I mean, they probably
She
deserve
just
it.
wanted to make us happy. By destroying the world.
Hey.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh, that was awesome. Rescue
No.
her.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a
Oh,
weapon.
why did that? What happened? You would take over her body first to try to kill her. Okay.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Thank you. Voice
You
suspend.
wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
The world isn't worth living
Approach
without
the
her.
princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
I don't need to be saved.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Thank God.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
I can fix her.
What do we do now?
Well, what do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Maybe
I just want
something
to make you
want.
happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so
Yeah.
of course she'd want the same for us.
I completely agree. All right. Then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other, We don't need the world for our happy ending.
So true.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Me and my wife.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
You're so right.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
No, I think we are in love.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional
What do you mean
voice.
delusion?
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together.
Haha.
And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Nothing is powerful. Nothing is more powerful
I
than
told
love.
you our love was insurmountable.
That's right.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and... The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
He hates me.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yay! Let's leave.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. Our happy ending at last.
Aww.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed.
She's so
I was
beautiful.
too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
So true. No! My princess!
She's gone. Where did she go? Is that a... mirror? Why is it here? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever... Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Do I grow again? I've withered? What do you mean? I feel much better though. She's my queen.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every person. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be.
but I am also none of it.
How can you stand?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Call me brilliant? Oh, thank you.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Yes. It makes me like you more. True.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Why am I a bird? That's my question.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me. We will know when we knew.
I'm ready.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Alright, well, that's another option.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I guess I can try to talk to her
You're
this time.
here to slay her. That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path.
Yeah, we'll try to just talk to her this time.
The interior of the blade.
I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Take the blade, but I'm just gonna talk to her.
The door to the base.
Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd
Come down
forgotten about
here.
me.
Hi,
Walk
princess.
down the stairs and lock. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
Okay.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Okay.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better
Hi.
judgment, you step forward to speak with
Hi,
the princess
princess.
face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
You wanna be in a relationship? You coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How'd I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I
Oh, I could try to
think
rum it. Yeah, maybe.
she's suggesting. Right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking. Oh, have you decided what to do?
You know why you're...
I can keep her locked away. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I agree.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
What the hell? Why are you threatening me?
You have to make a choice.
Yeah, I did make her choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
Good.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. Do you hear the conviction in her voice?
Okay, why don't we
Don't
just
think
watch her
she's
down
bluffing.
there?
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Locking her down.
Death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Okay, we can make this work.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Okay,
Sounds
I'll let her out.
terrifying. Like she's less of a princess.
I wanna be on
you
her
saw
good side.
More like something out of a nightmare.
Sorry,
As she
I
violently
had to
rattles the
misjudge.
door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
Oh,
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forget it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
I could be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the
Uh-oh.
way.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be.
This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
F. The nightmare. Ooh. Different options.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's better. Shh! What if he hears us?
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
Shit!
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I...
Let's go to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
I don't think lying and cheating is a thing.
She was very
direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you. The blade is your Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. So deep breath in. Very different.
I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right?
Oh, true.
She knows that we're here.
I didn't even notice this.
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, so focus up.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
What are you two talking about? There isn't.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't.
We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending...
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening.
Let's go to the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to...
This really isn't funny.
You reach forward and rub your hand again. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You reach down and pick the blade up. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else?
Yeah,
something,
a bomb would be easier.
I don't know. Better than a knife?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
So true. Oh, hello.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
How hard is it?
It can't be
to throw
that
a
hard.
knife?
But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough.
Step off into the void. Let's try that.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen? Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement
Let's
mark
go
where the floor
left.
should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way
Guys, just turn
you
around.
go,
Can we turn around?
I'm going to find
Can we go?
you.
Can we go back? Yeah, go back. Let's go back.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
That's great.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
What the
I
fuck?
told you I was
She's like a
going to
baby.
find you.
As the princess approaches,
Now she
your
doesn't.
legs
she doesn't
suddenly
look like a
go
baby
numb.
anymore.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Sound as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working! Do you want this body to function, or do you want... The Zen experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands.
Get her.
Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
I have a lot of options. I have a lot of. Why would you finish me
Because
off?
I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you die, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then...
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, you're back. Lungs, liver, nerves.
One
heart,
moment,
lungs,
and
liver,
then you're
nerves,
gone.
heart,
Just
liver,
like
Yeah,
that.
pretty much, yeah.
lungs,
Ah,
nerves,
and there's the fear.
liver. She pulls away. Heart, lungs,
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
lungs,
I've already done that.
nerves, heart, lungs,
All right, let's. The thing is, like, I feel like if I keep asking,
nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I'm just gonna, it's gonna force me into things.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shit?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Damn. You can't handle me at my worst. You don't deserve me at your best. Okay, okay. Let's see.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You can be friends.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of the curve.
She wants to be
I tried to
friends.
leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on,
I can fix
I
her.
have bigger plans than tormenting one
Yeah.
poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you.
She's
I
saying she's gonna take care of
promise.
me.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Okay, let's leave together.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
What?
Nerves,
No!
heart, lungs,
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so
Let's go.
wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and,
Do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
shit.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, legs.
I wouldn't trust having our back to her.
You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive.
Right. Heart, lungs, liver.
Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
Lungs, liver, nerves.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the
Dude,
basement.
we're friends.
You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind
It
you.
would have been a real shame.
Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got
That's
here.
true, there wasn't a
The door
door.
was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember?
Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart.
Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important if you still have a weapon. You can still make this right. Oh, look at that. It's locked.
Damn it.
What a relief for the world.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Oh,
You
worked.
against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go.
Let's go.
The world is waiting.
So true. I will love to be your pet, princess.
Princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over.
Okay, what do we do?
I said, what do we do?
Oh, do you want to hear from me now?
Yes,
Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system.
we do, but this is important. Look, I'll even
Come on,
do it myself.
paranoia.
Just tell us who to trust. Brain?
Heart,
Right, heart.
lungs,
Lungs?
liver,
Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart,
terrible at this.
I know. I'm doing my best.
What are you doing?
What did it say? I double clicked, I guess. Many things when other people are talking to you. Okay.
Heart, lungs, liver.
Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. Trust him.
True.
Really?
So you'd have them trust her?
Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but
alright.
I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it? I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
Thank you for your gracious show
Alright,
of
fair.
support.
But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather
You're right,
deal with him
paranoia.
when our organs are intact.
That's a fair point.
Whatever.
You heard what he had to say. So whether you trust me or
Alright, I'll
not,
kill him. I'll go with
killing
Team
her is
Paranoia.
still the best, nay, the only option you have.
All right, I'm done. You can let me take over again.
Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
Heart, lungs,
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
Slay the princess.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes.
What?
You cannot walk it again.
It has?
Change your course.
This is not exactly the same situation, though. Oh, okay. So I guess the game won't let me do it. It's a little different, but apparently the ending is the same. So I guess I leave the cabin.
The doorknob twists in your
Interesting.
hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed nerves.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin. Why is it so cold?
Gotcha, bitch.
She's gone. And there's that mirror.
What happened this time? I have unraveled. Whatever that means. Hello, evil princess.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
What do you have on the
This
vessel?
one is filled with sadness.
Oh.
A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home. No.
Okay, I'm not alone.
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves. One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will
will be singular. A
Okay, so I have to
final
make one
multitude.
other change.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
Okay. So I'm thinking,
You're on a you're here.
thinking maybe we do the same thing.
You
where
make your
we,
way up the short path.
Let her out, kinda. Maybe it changes something.
The
you know?
interior of the cabin.
Let's take the
You
blade.
take the blade. The door.
Hey, just
Oh,
checking in.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about
not
that
gonna-
giant knife you're holding. Kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course you don't. Don't you dare.
Okay, I'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious.
I know. And yet, you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you
Gumption.
think? So, someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who
Maybe it's the
shoved me into this
narrator,
dark
probably.
pit and chained me to a wall.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly...
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
You can't.
I'm guessing you. Well,
Her sharp eye. She isn't suggest. She is.
Okay, we talked enough.
oh,
Let's get out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding. You walk up to the chains binding the princess. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even
if you don't have the key, maybe you should go look.
doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended.
Let's do
That
something
would be
else.
fine. I can lose an arm.
I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete
Yeah,
nonchalance.
whatever. It's just an
If
arm.
we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you
did.
down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if,
Save the princess.
against
Okay,
your
so this
better
is the same
judgment, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and she didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you. How is she so composed?
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that as the
Okay.
prince. Wait, watch me.
I can only click warn her this time. Interesting.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it!
Last
Stop
time I was able to
resisting
kill her
me.
if I
am
wanted to, but
trying to
not
get
this
you out
time.
of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an
So
almost
this time she knows how to
clinical
use a
voice.
knife, for whatever reason.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
The prisoner.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. A terrible sense of deja vu.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time
Skeptic.
around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he does, you know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Okay.
A warning. She will lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
He did.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
He definitely did not.
Does a mirror? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I think you know what we have to do.
I want to see how handsome.
Let's
I
not
am.
get caught up in vanity, but we should definitely take a closer look.
Is this some sort of rehearsed bit? Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't... You reach forward and rub, but it was there a sec,
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must
Alright,
be
let's just go
important.
downstairs this time.
I'm
Let's
afraid
not
I'm
take the
going to
blade.
insist we take the blade.
Oh.
We're in a dangerous situation.
Are you sure? What if she... I don't know... turns it against us?
Yes, I'm sure.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wonderful.
Damn. I don't even get an
Exactly
option.
that.
Skeptic is
Sweeping
just
the knife from the table before
taking
proceeding to the
taking
basement.
control.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to veil her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
You walk down
Damn.
the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves, the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Yeah, it's
Odd
weird.
that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
You do as she
I'll
asks
sit down.
and sit on the floor. still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
What's that chain on the wall?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Oh.
I hope I don't actually have to say this,
Oh,
but please
let's
don't
lock
yourself
ourselves-
in chains.
let's
We'll
lock
need you
ourselves in.
ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I
Inspect the
wouldn't
shackle.
do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck
Oh,
in
he's
like
being
she
kind of
is?
suspicious.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need
That's
to
right.
investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the
Let's
chain
lock ourselves in
dangling
with my
from the farm.
queen.
The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade,
Now we're
which
stuck
is flung
together.
from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me?
Yes?
Are we stuck here now?
Become your own jailer.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together,
Well,
aren't
at least
we?
we're together.
That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep.
Yep. What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not. No. Nope.
That's rude.
Wait
You
in
and the
silence.
princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
We'll wait together then, in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams
How
of
am I
the
not starved to
walls.
death before this?
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed?
Yeah.
What happens to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly
No.
there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Look at that.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
She's gone. And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth.
Okay.
Feels too good to be true.
Let's go. Let's see what happens. Alright, what happened now? Nothing. Interesting. Oh, I'm a bird.
I think you know what I am.
Oh shit, it's a narrator. Narrator's also a bird. I have a lot of questions, I guess.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh, I only get like so many questions or something.
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design.
So they are different narrators.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
There's so many questions. Alright, let's ask, what's my true
For
identity?
the long quiet.
Long quiet.
The god I made to rid the world of death.
Interesting. I'm a god. This makes why I can come back every single time.
By slaying the princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are. No more fear, no more howling chaos, just life. Forever. If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died.
It's just the same answer.
You can't die.
I just asked the same question. It's a little different, but he just said the same thing. Okay. I always knew I was special.
You are special. Unique, even. And you still have a task that you need to do. And only you can do it.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
What is the princess?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
An ant or a slice of soggy bread.
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
Last questions. Lie.
Are you lying? What hell? It's like I said, I'm just an echo.
Fuck you, narrator. I'm on Team Princess. You are the long quiet. Best. Okay, I'm a god. Oh. Well, hello.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There are so many stories.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say on this?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts.
What?
If we didn't,
The winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond
I don't
my
want to
reach.
talk to you.
And you cannot rationalize that which
I will
defies
not talk
logic.
about everything with you.
But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I didn't say you have to be mean.
To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
That would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you?
Okay, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish this game was less about, like, the morality of death and more just, like, a fun game that with some horror elements. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would have preferred that game over a moral question over is death and living forever a good thing or a bad thing. But that's
fear by
my
the hand
opinion.
and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
Then you are one step closer to being free of your bindings. Your liver drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. It never left you. You just need to open your heart to me once more.
Flesh is a vehicle, and to destroy the flesh is to strand the spirit. With violence you stranded me, and with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine. What force between choosing your death and forfeiting your body? You chose agency. But
Really loud.
agency requires action, and action requires endless tapestry of events. In your final moments would you remove action itself from reality?
Then accept the world as it is now. With
What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it. If you do not fear it, then there is no need for you to struggle against it. Let go. Leave with me. Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
With me. Free myself. Free me.
I love you.
She loves me. I'm a bird. And I have my princess girlfriend with 3 heads. My god, it's grass. It's growing. And pink grass.
It's magnificent.
What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been.
Step into the infinite. Yes, me and my infinite girlfriends. And I'm a bird for some reason. Wow. I see. Okay, well, I finished the game. How many achievements did I get out of all this? Let's see. We have library. Slay the princess. We got 24 out of 97. There's a lot more to go, it seems like. Which makes sense. Okay, quick review of my first full playthrough. The audio mixing in this game is not good. The voices are sometimes really loud, sometimes they're way too quiet, and the audio is not consistent. So like a voice of like Hero might be volume one time, it'll always be like this, and then all of a sudden they're not whispering or anything, it's just way quieter all of a sudden. Same with like the princess, sometimes she's really loud, and sometimes she's really quiet. And even though it seems like it's supposed to be loud consistently, it's not always. Art in this game is pretty good for the most part. No complaints there. Leave the princess alone. I don't really like the voice actor of the princess because everyone's British, and then all of a sudden it's just like an American lady. When she's like a demon or something, it's fine. But I don't know. It just feels kind of like there's like a VTuber actor who voiced this game in her off time. That's kind of feels like. It feels like the other guys are like voice actors, and then it feels like she's just like a Twitch streamer doing a voice. I feel like the guys did fine, but I feel like the girl, maybe because she's like the main character, I feel like she didn't do that great of a job. I would have preferred the whole game just to be a fun little horror game to see what happens, rather than like a big moral question, personally. But that's okay. Yeah. I'll probably just occasionally stream this and get the rest of the achievements. It doesn't seem pretty hard. It seems like it's pretty easy to get all the achievements. I could just do different things and I would get different achievements. So it'll only start being an issue when I think I get to like 80. and then it starts getting weird. You think she is a VTuber? Well, it sounds like it. It really does.
But she's a princess. We're supposed.
Does it say somewhere on there? Slay the princess. Slay princess voice actors. Let's see. Where's voice actor? Voice actor. Nicole Goodnight. Who is Nicole Goodnight? Nicole Goodnight. She has a Twitch. And she is a VTuber. Okay. It looks like I was right.
Please tell me the very important thing.
It's an extreme.
Okay, not surprising. She sounds like a VTuber. In a bad way. It's fine for her, but for a video game, I don't think it really works. Personally. Let's see what else. Art's. Let's see. I think that's basically everything. Overall, pretty good. I'll go get the rest of the achievements. Be pretty easy. I think it'll be pretty easy anyway. I didn't save through any of this, so I kind of just have to, unless it auto-saved, which it did not. So I'm going to have to play through the whole game again. And that's fine. I can just do different things over time. But like if I saved at certain spots, I could like save and then I could just reload and just go from there. It'd probably be a lot quicker, but whatever. Because at the end there, I could have like killed her or something and I got another achievement, right? So. Okay, I'm going to stop streaming. Been 3.5 hours. And then I'll go eat dinner and whatever. Whatever else comes. Okay, peace out.